All right, we've got a special travel edition short that I'm filming today at the Devil's Courthouse up on the Blue Ridge Parkway outside of Asheville, North Carolina. Which is especially appropriate because I want to talk once again about the devil's favorite pastime, suffering. In this case, suffering in the form of using virtuous sounding spiritual or religious principles in order to stay safely repressed. And by the way, I've bamboozled myself with pretty much every one of the examples I'm about to mention. So I'm not just pointing outwards at others who get caught in these traps. They're definitely my experience too. One of the best examples of how we use false humility to reinforce our repression and suffering comes from recovery or 12-step circles, where there's a lot of talk about staying right-sized. The basic idea is if we want to remain clean and sober, that we have to keep our egos in check, get outside of ourselves, and focus more on serving other people. All these ideas and principles sound great, and they are great, except when there's emotional repression in place, which is the mechanism that underlies the ego and truly keeps us in check by holding down buried childhood emotions and forcing us to identify with egoic stories about ourselves, like I'm a good person, or I'm selfless, or I'm only here to be of service. And you see this a lot in religion and spirituality as well. In Christianity, they talk about, humble thyself in the sight of the Lord. In non-duality, they point to there is no you, there's only awareness. But do you see how damaging it can be for our repression mechanism to grab a hold of these pointers and with impunity use them to reinforce our repression mechanism, which says there is no you. Humble yourself, stay right-sized, don't think about you, focus on other people. Our repression loves this. There's also the beautiful principle of forgiveness in all three of these paradigms, which says, people don't know what they're doing. They're unconscious. Forgive them, for they know not what they do, right? One of my personal favorites from Al-Anon in regard to parenting is, they did the best they could with what they had at the time. That's actually true. But if I have buried anger or hurt in the body that I'm unconscious of, it doesn't matter if I believe that. The fact remains that I have buried hurt or buried anger in the body that's driving my suffering. And if that doesn't get processed, regardless of what I believe, I will never experience humility, selflessness, or freedom. Can you see how beliefs keep us safe from what's inside of us? This is why we're on and on about it in the Kill or Be inquiries, because we found a way to utilize those beliefs to get to the buried emotions and to get free. If this sounds good to you, visit repressiontest.com. Nice view.